Okay, friends, if you are wondering how the heck it's already February, I'm wondering the same thing. Maybe your motivation or your New Year's resolutions have kind of withered away by now. And if that's the case, then this episode is for you. So I want to say this really clearly up front that it's not because you are a failure or bad at New Year's resolutions, anything like that. It's because the reason that our New Year's resolutions typically fail, there's even a name for it. The third week in January is called Quitter's Day. So it's because something deeper in us never shifted. So we're making resolutions and goals and trying to manifest things from action instead of identity. So that's why most of our New Year's resolutions will fall apart by February. It's why when you go to the gym in January, it's completely booked because everyone is like gung ho, ready to go for the year, ready to change their life. But their identity and their energy and their beliefs typically will stay the same. And that's because here's what most people don't understand. But I want you to understand this so that you can step into a new identity and into the life that you deserve. So, identity is not just a thought, it's actually a felt energetic state. It's something that happens both inside your mind and inside your body. It's what your nervous system is always going to bring you back to. It's always going to be bringing you back to what's familiar, what's safe for you, even if that is like an outdated belief or an outdated identity that doesn't serve you any longer. So, or even what you don't want anymore. My nose is so itchy. I'm sorry. So, anyway, what usually happens is we get to the end of a year, we get to like December, and we start thinking about, ooh, a fresh start. January is a whole new year. We think about how we want our life to be different. And then we set these big, audacious goals for ourselves. And we're usually highly motivated. But then by mid January, by February, we usually just fizzle out to what we know. It's not because you lack willpower, it's because willpower cannot override an energetic state. It can, but it's really, really hard. It takes a lot of effort. Like it's like white knuckling your goals. And here's the thing your nervous system, it doesn't care about your goals. It really doesn't. It cares about what it knows about what makes it feel safe and how you identify. Here's a simple way to understand this. There is a huge difference between saying I can't or I'm not going to or I want to and I don't. I don't know if you hear the difference. I can't is effort. I want to is effort. I don't is identity. Let me give you an example with this because I just spoke with someone yesterday who he's trying to quit smoking and really struggling with this goal, which a lot of people do. And there's a lot of shame involved, just a lot of willpower and frustration and beating themselves up, right? And here's what I notice. This person identifies as a smoker who's trying to quit. That's their whole identity. Not their whole identity, but it's part of their identity. And so there's nothing wrong about that. Smoking is not right, wrong, or indifferent, whatever you want to do with your body. But here's the thing. I personally don't identify as a smoker. There's nothing in my body, my energy, my thoughts that if someone came next to me and lit up a cigarette, like I would never say, "Ooh, I just want a drag of that," or "Give me a little bit." There's no inner debate with me because I don't identify as a smoker. I don't have to convince myself. The decision happens automatically because it's identity. It's not discipline based. It's not action based. So when we fuse energetically with an identity, our behavior becomes automatic, right? There's no question at all. And that's why identity shifts are so powerful versus action goals or trying to manifest through action. Cooper, come here, buddy. And this is sorry, Cooper's going crazy. Come here, buddy. And this is also why most New Year's resolutions fail because we build them on the action energy. I want you to think about maybe one of your New Year's resolutions. Chances are they're things like, I'm not going to drink in January, or I'm going to cut out sugar, or I'm going to lose 10 pounds, or I'm going to stop overspending. Those are all action oriented. Hold on. Cooper, come here. He always knows when I'm recording, and then he just wants to make noise and bark. He thinks he can get little treats. So, where was I? I think we were talking about goals. Yes. Let's say your goal was to manage money or to be healthy. Instead of setting those goals in action, we want to set them as I'm I'm a healthy person, or I am someone who manages wealth with ease. But here's the thing, we can't just say that. We have to actually fuse with that identity. Because if we just say this and we don't believe it, it's the same thing. It's like saying positive affirmations when you really believe something opposite. And that's something that I do not teach, is something that really, really bugs me about the manifestation world when people say, just say positive affirmations. It doesn't work that way because we're manifesting from what we believe. We're manifesting from who we are being, not what we think. Anyway, so when your identity actually shifts, then all of your actions, all of your things, they become automatic. They become easy. You're not white knuckling it. You're not having to get yourself to go do something anymore. It just becomes a natural extension of who you are. So I hope that is making sense. I know it can be really nuanced, but it's a really important distinction with why so many people get stuck with goals or with manifestations. So, all right, I want you to just kind of get curious instead of critical. I always say you want to be the scientist, not the judge, especially when we're reflecting back on ourselves or where we want to go, anything like that. I want you to think back to maybe the New Year's resolutions that you set for yourself in January or back in December. When did that resistance show up? Like, how did it feel in your body? Did you feel like when you set these goals, like heavy? Or even if you felt effort, like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to take this on, that's still a very action oriented identity, right? So, or did you feel, or did it feel like a natural extension of who you are? That's the thing that most people miss. So if you feel like your goals are action oriented, then that's where you're going to find yourself falling off. You're going to find yourself very frustrated. For many, many people, they set the same goals year after year after year. I know I did that for a long time, and it's not uncommon. Anyway, if this is landing for you, then I hope you will join me on the podcast. So, my podcast is Manifest with Melanie. And so, every week on Tuesday, I drop a video here on YouTube's. And then I have the podcast is where I go a little deeper. It's a little bit more personal and intimate. So, I hope you will join me there tomorrow. You can find it on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you find your podcast. All right, love. Have a beautiful week. And I'll see you back here next week.